Lo moto.
Yeah. Yeah. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I got to set up. No, no. No, nobody can hear you. No, no, no. No. I've got the line separated. Yeah. Been looking at paperwork for over an hour and a half. Well, here's part of the problem. I can't afford to pull certain people out of key positions in Congress or the Senate. I desperately need them there. We don't have enough people qualified there to be able to handle the kind of paperwork that I'm going to run through it. Yeah. Well, it's going to have to be mixed. I don't see any other way to do it. It's going to have to be mixed, you know. Well, just about all the good generals are Republicans. There's some good Democrats too, but some of them I don't think they'd want the gig. I can call around on some of these for some of that, but I don't think so. I don't know. I got a lot of people, but I don't have enough people to call these people up and run through everything. I don't have enough staff. Well, I'm looking at some of this hard, and what I'm thinking of doing is doing the presidential candidate panels. Well, the PCPT is set up. That's Presidential Candidate Panel on Treason. That's a specific item. I modified some of it with some paperwork, but it's been modified. Yeah, yeah, amended. Yeah, yeah. Well, it has to encompass anything that was negatively affected of previous cross-connective cases and legal research. So yes, high crimes, misdemeanors, and any other affected case, because it's becomes part of the victimization. Yeah, from the acts of war. Yeah. Well, what I'm what I'm thinking is to be able to go through and set up a secondary presidential candidate panel or presidential candidate panels, and then set up some extra boards and some transition stuff of a different nature. Well, it's within the constitutional framework. When you have a state of emergency, yeah, I mean, part of the reason to generally do panel is declare a presidential candidate panel is for setting up dealing with emergency, invasion, insurrection, mass rebellion, etcetera. Yeah. Well, here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking is that the set up a presidential candidate panels as a baseline. You know, set that up as the main, and then basically I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to just sequester people and say, you are summoned, you are sequestered for service because of the emergency. You are selected because of your skill sets. I don't want to use the word availability up front, but no, I mean, Well, but you know, a lot of people are just gonna, they're not gonna want to participate. A lot of people will ignore the sequesters. What does that leave me with? More of a mess? You know, this is modern times. You just don't walk around and stick guns in people's faces. Well, yeah, yeah. Part of that. Yeah. The extended part. Part of the extended modifications are to upgrade the justice system. That's why I added in the fMRI willing witness stuff. That's why, yes, yeah, and eliminate the torture. Yes. Well, torture is actually not that good. It's not efficient. fMRIs are more efficient. I've read that. We Most of those are wrong though. They didn't calibrate. A, they didn't calibrate the people long enough, and B, they're just they didn't do it. They didn't. A lot of them they didn't properly medicate people. You've got to control people's mind states. It's what they do medically anyhow. Yeah, yeah. It's a little bit different when yeah, for unwilling for yes. You just keep yeah. You just raise the yeah. Yeah, no, you have an anesthesiologist. You know, it's a bunch of doctors surrounded around. Yeah, more so than a normal test. Yes, yes, and you got the extra black box. Yes, boxes. Well, yes. You're going to get yes. You're still going to get yeah. Well, that's what you want. That's what you want. You want the fragments. You know, you can keep calibrating better and better, but the fragments are what you're looking for. There's certain styles of key fragments that can only come about if mental processes are happening in a certain state. And that's how you get your confirmations. Yeah, enough of at key points. As long as you get fragments at the key points, then you got it. Then you're getting to a form of definitive statement. Yeah. Well, yeah, there's that. Yeah, nobody's going to want to increase the ethics in the way I want to increase it because then, you know, that costs more money to do it that way. But we have to do something. We have to plan for the future. We have to plan that technology is going to get cheaper, you know, and we have to, yeah, exactly. That's part of it. That's part of what I'm looking at. I'm completely confident. Yes, and AI, yes, making it everything more efficient on, yes. Well, we have to increase the ethics and the global globality categorizations in that area. If we don't, then it's not going to be true. It's not going to be truly addressing and interactive. Right. Well, I still want to try to find some way to set up the 24/7 services. It's just I just don't have the resources. You know, I mean, the 18 mobile archive units of they're lost. Well, pretty much, pretty much they were. Yeah, the central, the main base stuff was also inside of them. It would needed they those that needed to be unpacked at the next location I was choosing. You know, I was in a transitional state. Yeah, when COVID came in. Well, here's the thing. You know, I've got. Part of what I have to start focusing on is the presidential transition. Well, Well, the NSA is supposed to they're supposed to give office space, budgeting, and some other services as well. Electronics. I think you have to run all electronics have to be approved through GSA usage. Yeah, I'm planning. Yeah, but a lot of this. Yeah, well, that's going to be a nightmare in itself. The custom interface stuff that I want to use. Yeah, it depends on where it's at. I mean, I could set up things in an airport hangar, but that's not completely acceptable to my idea of top security. That's a temporary setup. I need to tell you the truth. I need something that's an improved structure with counter transmission. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah, yeah. Kind of like the CIA does. You've got counter multi-field transitions. Yeah. Well, underground would be better if I can find some underground locations. Something to run. I can do both. I could do a hangar, and I can do an underground setup. Yeah, well, well. A lot of it's going to have to be. I'm going to have to put stuff all over the country. It's hard enough to find people as it is right now. Everything's going to have to be remote. I'm planning on setting a bunch of stuff up in Arkansas. I mean, well, I did. No, I did. I looked at a lot of real estate that's available. There's a couple really nice federal buildings that are available right now. One of them used to be an FBI headquarters, training center, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it's in California. Well, yeah, but I want stuff near airfields. I want stuff near airfields. Right. Helipad. Yeah, helipads would work. Helipads would work. Yes, I was. I was supposed to start doing certain stuff back in May. But again, these people are uncooperative. You know, yeah, Secretary of State. She was uncooperative. All these people are uncooperative. They aided and abetted these other parties in their actions. I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah. No, yeah, because constitutionally they never had the right to do that to begin with, but they're claiming modernization, right? Um, well, I got documents going out now, different places. I got stuff going out to Arkansas. Well, I've got a lot more that I can send, and a lot more people I could try to work with in different areas. But the thing is that there's different aspect areas that I have to address. Anything I can get a bite on at this point. Probably close to 20 law firms would do stuff right now I've talked to, but I don't have the money to pay them. A lot of them are good. A lot of them are good. I mean, I can get Robert Mueller. Yeah, I got a yes from him. Well, it's a firm. Yeah, yeah. He doesn't do a whole lot of. Yeah, it'll be his kids, his teams, and the firm. the partnerships. Yeah. They'll be good people. They'll be good people they've selected. I've talked to them. I got a yes. No, doesn't work. No, I did not get a yes for everything, only for certain items. Well, I got to play catch up. What I got to do is I got to work. I got to. I got to finish the transition councils. I've got to deal with some other items. Gee, I could hope not, but I'm sure I'm going to have to go to court on that at some point. Yeah, no, they're gonna claim that it's only two-party system, you know. And yeah, my argument is look, you got one guy getting ready to go to jail. We've got another group of people. Clearly, we have evidence here starting out that they were participants in what they did, dereliction of duty, other attacks, and they're responsible for other extended attacks. Those are acts of war that disqualifies them. Yeah. Yeah, no, Harris is going to be disqualified. She's gone. I still have to run those. Yeah. No, I'm going to be knocking the California AG off the any ballot. We're going to be pulling his license. That's going to be toast. Shirley Weber, her license is going to be toast. We're going to stop her from any more ballot activity, get her blocked. I know that. I know that's yeah. Well, yeah, I'm going to be going for ballot removal in California too. But the problem is part of the people you're supposed to work with to get the job done are the top people. Is the Secretary of State, and they're the ones involved in election rigging. And no, yeah, yeah. Well, look at you. Looked at it. They're busted red-handed. No, I'm sending. I've sent documents out already. I'm going to be sending more out. I got to find certain ones. I'm thinking of certain things, but then I still have to keep a certain presence up, certain disclosure presence. Yeah. No. Yeah. My numbers are up. My numbers are up. Technically, I ran the analytics on it. My numbers are up. Technically I'm gaining momentum. Yeah. Yeah, other people are, shutting down, concerned about losing votes. I'm gaining momentum. My campaign's moving forward. Well, yeah, I'm small, but it still doesn't matter. It's the statistical forward movement that way. I don't know. Well, yeah, I'd like to get more coin slots in, but is that I have people that owe me so much money right now, and the sheer fact that what they've done is wrong. There's so many people involved that have done things wrong. It's mind-boggling. And I've got the old cases. You got to remember, I've got the old cases too. Yeah. So no. So part of the setup. I mean, part of the setup. I'm not just going to be setting up the different ethics and the federal government structure and all that other stuff. I'm going to be setting up transitional matters. Well, yeah, yeah. Some of that will still be PCP. Yeah. Well, They don't just, it just doesn't go away and fly away. You don't just shut it down. You don't just shut down a presidential candidate panel. There's a list of activities. Once those activities are listed into it, those legal judicial sequences have to continue and run through their fruition. But some of those are different. I mean, you can seek additional assistance through other courts. Yeah. No, you're allowed to do that. The problem is that some of them aren't cooperative. They're also breached. You can't trust them. They're breached. Well, it's pretty easy to see that. I mean, even the Supreme Court's got breaches in it. Everything's shot. There's virtually no computer experts. They have no idea about how this stuff works. They have no idea about the secret backdoors. The chips are made that way, secret backdoor. The whole system's breached. Well, I'm getting hungry again. Yeah. I need something good to eat, yeah. Well, I mean, how does that work? All of a sudden, I mean, Trump ends up going to jail, and Harris is disqualified. I'm either doing it through individual states and courts, or I'm doing it before Congress. I believe I have more than enough paperwork filed with the U.S. Archive. That's Congress. I filed it through the Secretary of the Senate. Yeah, I got it waiting. It's sitting there. It's waiting. Yeah, I can do general notices with. Well, actually, that's what you do at certain levels. It's part of the plan. It depends. I mean, I can do the independent action on some of it. I'd rather, I'm going to tell you the truth. I wanted to. You want to do. Let me just tell you. In my view, what you want to do as much as you can, judiciating separately, before you start bothering senators and congressmen. That way, if somebody complains about something, they can review it. And as long as everything's tight, they'll take a look at it and go, I don't see anything wrong with it. What's wrong with it? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So I still have to keep it going. I don't know. It'll end up shutting down eventually unless it's converted into a new court aspect. It would be somehow absorbed into the justice system or be a special congressional funded offshoot in that case. Or Senate offshoot. Well, I mean, what we should do is we should have a special offshoot at a congressional level, because we got the Supreme Court. We need a special offshoot at the congressional level, and then we need a special offshoot at the Senate level, and then ultimately Congress and or the Senate can review them. Then they can remand stuff back and forth. Yeah, and all we have to redesign a lot of this stuff. There's a lot of courts that have been going through different designs all over the country, and there's a lot of different electronic systems that have been experimented with. But my idea that I've been working on for 25 years is got the heavy interaction with not only the AI, but the remote fMRI. Well, no, you can't put an fMRI in a courtroom. They're too big. Yeah. Well, no, I was working on a remote sensing. It was successful. My results were good. I was, 20 feet away. Yeah, that was all custom. That was a custom lab. That was all a custom. Yes, it was still large. Yes, it was still big. It was a big thing. Yes, I was going to miniaturize it. That was the idea. I never got around to it. Other things distracted me. But I think Meta's working on stuff, And Musk is working on stuff. There's probably 20, 40 companies working on stuff to miniaturize right now to get good interface stuff going. Yeah, mine was different. Mine was way different. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was 2 million lines plus for communication, biological radio. Yeah, and yeah, there's yeah, that's different. Those were different tests. That was analog conversion setup. That's a quantum aperture conversion technology setup. It was different. That's expensive. I don't know where I'm going to go with that. That's insane, and most everything's destroyed. Destroyed or missing, stolen. I mean, it's ridiculous. These people are completely unreasonable. They have no idea what's floating all around out there, how top secret it is. And I can't get these people to, they're just all stuck in super memeism and nothing matters. They've abandoned empirical methodologies, Yeah. So, oh, I got 9 hard drives and a bunch of chips. That's what's left right now is 9 hard drives, and I got a lot of different chips. A lot of stuff I ran through the phones and different stuff. Oh yeah, a lot of gigs. Oh yeah, a lot of gigs. Uh, there's a lot on there. Yeah, I mean, it just yeah, I got to. It's a lot of work. You just mentioning that the way you did it, you just depressed me. You've depressed me. So yeah, no, we're not done now. No, no, yeah, no, it's no, maybe we are. Okay, no, no, it just yeah, no, yeah, no, I need to get a whole bunch of computers, and then there's a bunch of stuff I have to activate it. There's a lot of work that gets done. Then I can have stuff grab a hold of stuff and list and go off and list and populate. I could fill up 10,000 drives real quick off my references, real quick. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I've got to start figuring this out. I've got to start getting some of this going, and it's going to be a bit, So, yeah, no, I have to structure it out. And I've got to get some budgets. Like I can't do anything near what's needed to be done without budgets. I've got to get the justice parts going. I've got to get the yeah. I'm hoping that if I can get the transition stuff going, that I can get special governmental access on the SARs, on that SAR satellite stuff. So I don't have to pay to have everything done individually. And then yeah, then I'm going to be rolling teams. There's going to be guys dressed in black, man, running around retrieving all this stuff. It's national security, and it's cross informations, cross informational. I mean, it's yeah. No, yeah. Part of it pertains to it's someplace in there, man. I mean, I have no idea how it got mixed around as a milkshake now, but whatever it is, I have to retrieve all of it. So. Well, meanwhile, I'm just going to keep ramming stuff down people's throat. I'm going to keep embarrassing people. So, for the next 100 years, as people unfold history, whatever books are, every kid's going to read about it in school somehow. I've already got that. I'm already wedged into that hard. There's no escape for these people. They can't escape. There's no escape. So, yeah. So, yep. Yep. Yeah, yeah, it'll be like another light switch. The country's back and forth and all these changes. Candidates keep changing and then bang, changes again. Well, I just remembered something. Yeah, no, it's stuff I have to remember about laying out for the transitional items on the way I wanted to do things, because the way I'm setting everything up, the 24/7 service means that I also contacting all the congressmen, all the senators, regardless of party, and asking them straight out, what do you need done? What do you need? My plan is to address it at a level that no one's even would think would be possible. Yes, it's the whole idea between bringing all that super AI into it. Yeah. Over 20 years of research for that on that. Took a lot of years, a lot of stuff is you just update. You got to wait to see what people do, and I mean, I I can't get I can't get funding right now. I just I can't seem to find the funding to do those custom chips, and a lot of that stuff it's flying around. It's floating around someplace now. Yeah, I remember what I did, but that would still I've got a little bit. Yeah, I've got a little bit of stuff. So yeah. Oh, I got it. Yeah, I might start putting some material out on it pretty soon. Yeah, I got a computer. It's got 20 million processors the size of a basketball. And much of it could be done with the technologies today. It'd be custom assembly, but yeah, I could get her done. I ought to do that. I'm gonna have to put that out. Start putting some of that out pretty soon. Show some people what some of that looks like. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll catch you later.